The Legend of Lightning Larry by Aaron Shepard.
Well, you've heard about gunfighting good guys like Wild Billy Hiccup and Wyatt Earp.
But we will tell you a name that strikes even greater fear into the hearts of bad men everywhere.
Lightning Larry.
We'll never forget the day Larry rode into our little town of Brimstone and walked into the Cottonmouth Saloon. He strode up to the bar and smiled straight at the bartender.
Lemonade, please.
Every head in the place turned to look. Now, standing next to Larry at the bar was Crooked Kurt.
Kurt was one of a band of rustlers and thieves that had been terrorizing our town, led by a ferocious outlaw named Evil Eye McNeevil.
Kurt was wearing the usual outlaw scowl.
Larry turned to him and smiled.
Mighty big frown you got there, mister.
What's it to you?
Well, maybe I can help you remove it.
I'd like to see you try.
The rest of us got out of the way real fast.
Bartender built behind the bar.
Larry and Kurt moved about 10 paces from each other, hands at the ready.
Larry was still smiling. Kurt moved first, but he only just cleared his gun from his holster before Larry aimed and fired.
Zing!
There was no bang, no bullet, just a little bullet that hit Kurt right in the heart.
Kurt just stood there, his eyes wide with surprise. Then he dropped his gun, and the huge grin spread over his face.
He rushed up to Larry and pumped his hand.
I'm mighty glad to know you, stranger. The drinks are on me. Lemonade for everyone.
When Evil Eye McNeevil and his outlaw gang heard that Crooked Kurt had gone straight, they shuddered right down to their boots.
Most any outlaw would rather die than smile.
Evil Eye's men were shook up, but they weren't about to let on.
The next day,
Dismal Dan,
Devilish Don,
And Dreadful Dave
rode to Brimstone, yelling like crazy men and shooting wild. Windows shattered.
and citizens scattered.
Then loudly Larry showed up. He never warned them.
Never even stopped smiling.
Just shot 3 little bolts of light. Zing! Zing! Zing!
Hit those outlaws right in the heart.
Larry's shots knocked the outlaws to the ground. They lay there trying to figure out what had hit them. Then they got up and looked around.
Looks like we did some damage, boys, said Dismal Dan.
Hope nobody got hurt, said Devilish Don.
We better get to work and fix this place up.
Said Dreadful Dave.
They spent the rest of the day replacing windows and apologizing to everyone who listened.
Then, for good measure, they picked up all the trash in the streets.
Evil Eye McNeevil had lost 3 more of his meanest men.
And he was furious.
He decided to do something really nasty.
Next day,
Stinking Steve.
I'm sickening sick, walked into the 79th National Saving and Loan with guns in hand. They wore masks.
But everyone knew who they were from the smell.
Stick up your hands.
Said Stinky Steve.
Give us all the money in your vault, ordered Sickening Sid.
They were just backing out the door with the money bags when Lightning Larry strolled by.
Didn't even slow his step.
Just shot those bandits in the back.
Zing! Zing!
Went right through to the heart. The puzzled outlaws stopped and looked at each other.
Seems the same to steal the money of hard-working cowboys.
Wouldn't want to make their lives even harder.
They holstered their guns and looked back to the teller.
They thumped the money bags down on the council.
Now you keep that money safe. Then they pulled out their wallets and opened up accounts.
That was the last straw for Evil Eye McNeevil. It was time for a showdown.
The next day, at high noon, Larry was sipping lemonade at the Cottonmouth Saloon. Evil Eye burst through the door and stamped up to him. I'm Evil Eye McNeevil.
Hello, Evil Eye. Can I buy you lemonade?
This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
Oh, I don't know. Seems pretty spacious to me.
I'll be waiting for you down by the Okie Dokie Corral. And Evil Eye stamped out.
Larry finished his lemonade and walked out onto Main Street.
Evil Eye was waiting for him, but Evil Eye wasn't alone.
There on the other side of him were
Brought to you ale,
Ronnie
Creepy Cow, Moldy Mike, Lousy Lou,
And Gruesome Gus.
and not one of them looked friendly.
Nice day for a stroll.
Good, Larry.
Draw!
Said Evil Eye.
All of us citizens of Brimstone were lining Main Street to see what would happen.
Larry was still smiling, but we knew even Larry couldn't outtrip all of those outlaws together.
Just then, a voice came from the Cat and Mouse Saloon.
Like some help, Larry? Wouldn't mind it.
Out stepped Crooked Kurt. All right behind him were Dismal Dan, Devilish Star, Dreadful Dave, and Stinky Steve, and Sickening Sid.
They all took their places beside Larry.
Hello, Evil Eye.
Called Kurt.
Traitors!
Young Evil Eye.
Draw!
Said Larry with a smile.
Evil Eye and his men drew their guns.
But Larry and his friends were an eye blink quicker.
Their guns fired 7 little bolts of light.
Zing!
Hit those outlaws right in the you-know-what.
Yippee!
Yelled Evil Eye. He shot in the air.
Zing!
There was no gun and no bullets.
Just a little bolt of light.
Alright, men, let's clean up this town once and for all. And zing! 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 And before we could get for cover,
Larry and Evil Eye and the others
Turned their guns on the rest of us.
Bolts of light flew everywhere.
No one was spared. Not a man,
Woman,
or child.
yeah! You never saw such a happy crowd.
we all rushed around.
And poked each other's hands.
and hugged each other.
Then the musicians got out instruments and we had dancing too. Main Street was one huge party. All the rest of that day.
And all through the night.
We never drank so much lemonade in all our days.
With all the commotion, only a few of us saw Larry ride into the sunset.
Can't say where he went.
Can't say what he's doing now.
But we bet he still aimed for the heart.
Zing!